What's up, guys? Llamapen here. You guys know I play a lot of online versus play. It's definitely my favorite 1v1 game mode. I definitely have my handful of favorite teams that I like to play as online, which range from the Capitals and Blues to the Stars, Oilers, and Lightning. Hurricanes are another one. And this latest trade deadline was just so insane that it shook up a lot of rosters a lot. EA also just updated the rosters for NHL 23. So without further ado, here are my favorite teams in online versus play post deadline. First up is the Boston Bruins. This is a team that was already stacked to begin with that managed to become even more stacked after the trade deadline. They added Bertuzzi and Hathaway at forward and Dmitry Orlov at defense.
It honestly is. Their whole forward group is crazier in real life than it is in this game. Like, you have so many options with what you can do here. Yeah, look at that. Look at that top nine. I mean, this top six is one of the best in the game. I think there's maybe one or two teams that are better, but I mean, that top line, it's so dynamic. Like, you have a sniper here who's one of the best snipers in the game. You have the best two-way forward probably of all time. No gold trade for Bergeron. That's a little surprising. Marchand, also an amazing two-way player. Sick hands, can score goals, can pass. Like, I mean, I mean, this line can do everything. And then we haven't even gotten into the defense. You have McAvoy, I think maybe one of the best defensemen in hockey over the past, since he came into the league, basically. They traded for Orlov. That's huge. We still have Grizzlick. Yeah, they have one of the best decors in hockey. At goalie, Olmark's insane. Backup, probably the best goalie tandem in this game. So Boston was already a really good team to play with, and now they're arguably, I think they're the best, probably. Alright guys, next up is, like I said, one of my favorite teams to play as before the deadline, and after the deadline they didn't add a whole lot, but they did make a couple additions that definitely beefed up the team. They added Puljujärvi, who rounds out the bottom six very nicely, right-handed shot. And then the top six, very strong. I will say they are a little thin down the middle, but one thing that I really like about this team is that a couple of them have very high face-off ratings. So Jordan Staal at a 91 and Paul Stastny at an 85. So at least that's nice, even if you don't have the highest rated centers. You have some really good top wingers, actually just good wingers up and down the lineup here with Necas and Svechnikov. Pat, you're ready, you can pull off the injured list, and Teravainen's over here. The defense is one of the best, if not the best in the game. Maybe the only team to rival Boston's. Burns is still an 87. Gostisbehere's an 85, who they added at the deadline, and Gardner and Shea are 84 and 82. In net, no slouches either. You have Anderson, an 88 overall, and Ranta is the backup at 84. So I would say Hurricanes are maybe the third best team in this game, I would say. All right, on to the Rangers, which, I think this is going to be maybe the most fun team to play with. Obviously, they added my boy Tarasenko, who makes their top six. Look at all the look at all the traits in that top six. You have 4 gold traits in your top six. I will say the bottom six is, once again, a little underwhelming. Don't have anyone over an 82. The defense, I love New York's defense, actually. There's a couple guys I think deserve some traits. Trouba deserves, like, truculence or something, right? But that top pairing, Fox, Miller, really good. Trouba, Lindgren, solid. You have Mikkola now down in the bottom pairing. But I think the main thing is Shesterkin, so you're going to get bailed out a lot by him, period. Like, it's just, you guys have seen my online versus play videos. It's like practically a meme. With the addition of Kane and Tarasenko, that top six is as good or better than any in this game. All right, now I'm going to talk about a team that might come as a surprise to some of you. The Ottawa Senators have one of the best top sixes in the game. And now with the addition also of Chychrun, this top pair is incredible. So I like to have the top line of DeBrincat, Giroux, Tkachuk. So then you have Batherson, what looks like Pinto and Stützle, but you actually want to go to the scratches, get Norris out of there. There's an 85 sitting on your bench there. And now look at this top six, 89, 87, 89, 86, 85, 86. I mean, that is about as good as it gets. So there's maybe 2 or 3 other teams that have comparable top sixes. But this is super fun. I mean, you have speed and shooting with DeBrincat. You have Giroux, who's got hands. He can take faceoffs. He needs to be taking faceoffs because he has a 90 at faceoffs. So if you keep him on the wing, you're losing a lot. And then you have Tkachuk, who can just barrel through everyone. So you can do so many different things with this top line. I love it. And you have Stützle, sick hands, great shooter. Batherson, same thing, great passer. Man, this top six is just so fun. There are some guys that are gonna be in the 70s in your bottom six. Like, there's no really getting around that. Bottom six is very weak, unfortunately. You have Chabot, Sanderson, Chychrun. You have 3 pretty good top 6 guys. Zub is pretty good as well. And you have a decent netminder in Talbot that isn't going to hurt you too much. So Senators, very fun team. And one of the more kind of underrated teams, I think. I think if they're healthy next year, they're probably a playoff team. All right, and you knew it was coming. This is another team that was already super, super fun to play with. And now they're maybe my pick for the most fun. So you have O'Reilly now. Wow. I mean, Nylander, Matthews, Marner. Now O'Reilly, who's an 87, and Tavares. Man, it's almost like a shame that to push Tavares off center because he has such a good face-off rating too. But I mean, 94, you have to have O'Reilly taking your face-offs. And if he's not on your PK taking face-offs, what are you doing with your life? Or you're going to have a line of 79s on the fourth line. So that's really the only weakness here to this team. 81s on the third line is decent, but I mean, when your top six is this good, it's okay to have a kind of underwhelming bottom six. In real life, this is an incredible bottom six, but on D, this is where it gets really fun. So this is what you have to start off with. 88, Riley's incredible in this game. So you have, at worst, 82s on your bottom pairing. That's before I've even swapped these guys out. So I'm probably going to swap out Liljegren here and put Muzzin in there. It's an 84. Going to swap out Hull for an 83. And then you have some options. I mean, it's actually all lefties. So if you want, you could swap out one of these guys, probably McCabe, for a right-hander, and then it's just, you know, what flavor do you want? Do you want Timothy Liljegren here? For my money, I'm probably going with Schenn. I want the guy who's going to be able to hit people, and I mean, Schenn's 225 pounds. Just look at that body checking, 91. 90 durability, 90 strength, 90 aggressiveness. I'll take that all day. And then a bottom pair of Giordano and Schenn is excellent. In net, you have Samsonov, who's a pretty generous 86 overall. And with a stacked top six and a deep defense group, Maple Leafs are one of the most fun teams in the game.
Anyway, guys, those are my picks for the most fun teams to play as in online versus play in NHL 23 since the rosters were updated. I think you're going to be seeing a lot of these teams online, and if you're playing online versus play, I definitely recommend using any of these teams because they're all a lot of fun. But let me know down in the comments, what are your favorite teams? Who do you like to play as? let me know. I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.